Coming up on Your Rialto, the city led several programs and events during Earth Month to inspire eco-friendly habits within the community. You'll find out what they were here. Then, Fire Chief Matt Freitas has his retirement ceremony, and he leaves us with a farewell message you won't want to miss. After that, we're going to have a special sit-down interview with our new fire chief. We'll learn his future goals for the department. That and much more on Your Rialto. Hello, I'm your host, Joe Lyons, and welcome to this episode of Your Rialto, the show for your local news, events, and community updates. April is designated as Earth Month, and Rialto's Earth Day events saw many devoted residents joining the effort to clean up the environment. Activities included weed removal, landscape planting, and cleaning the trash and debris from our parks and community gardens and parkways. Thank you, everyone who came out and contributed to a cleaner Rialto. More than 1,000 students got a special learning experience at Mayor Robertson's Earth to Table event. Rialto elementary schools took an outdoor field trip to the farmers market, where interactive booths were set up for them to learn about eco-friendly topics. One booth educated the youth on geological rocks and minerals.
Some of the children knew the different types of rocks, and some of them saw them for the first time and went, whoa, and were surprised at what they saw. So that was the excitement of watching the kids get excited about it. And then when we shared with the kids information about the rocks, about sedimentary rocks and animals burying themselves in the rock, and helping to break it down and erode the rock. Wood being buried and becoming fossilized. We talked about water eroding rocks and making holes and breaking rocks apart. We gave them an obsidian and shared, the passion of the rocks, and then showed gems and different minerals to the kids. So it was an educational, the purpose of it was for education.
Today we had a booth with succulent plants that we gave out to the children, trying to express the importance of drought-tolerant landscaping in the city. With the drought and the lack of rainwater, we really need plants that will sustain without any water. So succulents are great plants for that. We had 3 or 4 varieties of succulents. This one is a jade plant, but we had a variety. Kids had a hard time choosing which one to take home.
After visiting all the booths, answering trivia questions, and receiving free giveaways, the students went on to learn about the importance of volunteering and participating in some community service work.
We serve families all throughout San Bernardino County. We specifically work in communities that are underserved. The food bank is just one program of several that the Community Action Partnership provides. Today we had a great group of kids. They were here to package up family food boxes that we are taking back to the food bank program. Those boxes are going to eventually be distributed all throughout the county. So we specifically had grape juice, we had rice and potatoes, we had diced tomatoes and all kinds of goodies.
In conjunction with the Earth to Table event, Right on Rialto was presented by the City of Rialto and the Go Human campaign under the Southern California Association of Governments. You may know them as SCAG. Pop-up safety features like artistic crosswalks created by RUSD students were set up on Rialto Avenue, along with buffered bike lanes. The event featured safety and learning stations for the community, as well as a free borrow a bike booth. The demonstrated safety improvements, like the striped bike lanes, will be installed permanently, creating an easy link between the Rialto Metro Station and the Pacific Electric Trail. Residents had a chance to take part in the Mayor's Water Challenge last month. Put on by the Wyland Foundation, cities across the U.S. competed to get the highest percentage of residents to pledge to be water-wise by adopting conservation habits. Those who submitted their pledge online at mywaterpledge.com have the opportunity to win different prizes, including the grand prize of a 2017 Toyota Prius Prime. So far, Rialto ranks in the top 10 in its population category. The final results among cities and prize winners will be posted at mywaterpledge.com. And Although you had to be an adult to participate in the contest, Mayor Robertson visited Kelly Elementary to challenge the students to make their own oral pledge to pursue water conservation. They were also given a lesson on gardening, where they added a variety of vegetables, including cucumber, green bell peppers, and tomato plants to their school garden. Other fifth graders in the Rialto Unified School District participated in a water cycle coloring contest. Rialto Water Services and Veolia visited classrooms teaching students about conservation. Each student then put their creativity on paper, showing the importance of the water cycle and preservation of natural resources. The top two winners for the drawing contest were from Bemis Elementary. First place, Maria Jose Martinez, with Giselle Elias coming in second. There were 30 runner-up students. Congratulations to all the participants. You too can join the effort to help our environment. Here's a few conservation tips to help you get started at home. Turn off running water when you brush your teeth. Shorten your shower time. Even by a minute will help. Wash only full loads of laundry and dishes. And if you have a yard, minimize evaporation by watering your lawn and plants in the early morning or the evening hours. Use a broom instead of a hose to clean patios, sidewalks, and driveways. Landscape with climate-appropriate plants. You can find more tips, information on other rebates, and other resources for water conservation by visiting iefficient.com. Stay tuned for more of Your Rialto. We'll be back right after the break.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving, the ultimate party foul.
If you don't fix them, sparks from dragging tow chains could cause a wildfire, and that could be scary. Smokey. Only you can prevent wildfires.
A special ceremony was held at Fire Station 201 to honor Fire Chief Matt Freitas in his retirement. Chief Freitas dedicated 30 years of working in fire and emergency services. His time as fire chief in the city of Rialto began back in 2011. Since then, his leadership to his staff and community has made the department world-class. Before his departure, Chief Freitas gave a farewell message to the community.
Well, first, I'd just like to thank the members of the community of Rialto. I would have to say that my time here in the city of Rialto has been, without question, some of my best years in the fire service, and that is largely due to the people that I've served and the people that I've worked with. I'm very proud to have worked with some of the finest firefighters, men and women in the fire service of any place in the United States. And the people in this community should feel very proud that you have these people that not only serve with a high level of competence, but they have a tremendous amount of heart and they have a deep, deep care for this community as a whole. I've had a great relationship and I appreciate deeply the support that I've received from the city administrator, Mike Story, from all of our elected officials who really at the end of the day, they will either make or break this community, and they have done a fantastic job of bringing Rialto forward. I am grateful that I got a chance to work with all of the department heads, very talented individuals who have staffs that are fantastic people. So overall, it's just been a great ride here in the city of Rialto, but most importantly, I want to thank the community members because they have made me feel like family. And this is a community that also has a lot of heart. And when we have community events and we see the number of people that come out and we see the excitement of the people to be part of a community like Rialto, it's like none other that I have seen. And this is something that I will miss the most, is the people out there that have been my friend and will continue to be my friend, because while I may not be your fire chief, I will always be somebody who has the city of Rialto deep in my heart and will be willing to do anything to help this community continue to thrive as it has. So one of the important things to me was to make sure that this positive momentum in the fire department continues. And so I'm very pleased that my replacement, Sean Grayson, is going to be coming in to carry on the grand and proud tradition of the Rialto Fire Department. Sean is another person who cares deeply about the city of Rialto, cares deeply about the men and women of the Rialto Fire Department. Very sharp, very intelligent, and very committed. And I know that he is going to continue to build upon the things that we've already started. And I am excited to see that I'm sure his accomplishments will certainly surpass mine, and hopefully each generation will build on the next and continue to have a great Rialto Fire Department. So Sean, my only request to you is that you never forget about how much the people of this community and the people of this department are depending on you. You know, this is a community that is easy to fall in love with, and I know that you'll give it your all. And just remember that at the end of the day, it's all about the outcomes of what we can truly do for these people. And I know that you've embraced that, and I know you're going to do a great job. So the best of luck to you in all that you do.
We wish you a happy retirement, Chief Freitas. And now we have here with us our new fire chief, Sean Grayson. Thank you, Chief, for taking the time to sit with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Chief, you started in your new position on May the 1st. What has the transition been like for you?
The transition has actually been very good. All transitions are a challenge, but they also come with them an opportunity to refocus the organization on the mission, vision, and core values of the organization. I've had the privilege to work with Chief Freitas over the last 3 years in creating the strategic plan for the organization, which is really the roadmap for where we go in the future and what the fire department is going to do in terms of service provided to the community. I was hired here in the city of Rialto in 2014 as a battalion chief. Spent the previous 20 years in Northern California working my way up through the ranks. Started as a firefighter, a paramedic, engineer, fire captain, and a battalion chief ultimately there before I was presented with such a wonderful opportunity to come here to Rialto. Spent just a little over a year in that position and then had the fortune to move into the division chief position, which oversaw the battalion chiefs and all operational personnel. Basically everyone that works on the ambulances and the fire engines that you see serving the community every day became part of my responsibility as a division chief. Ultimately it's a wonderful move for myself and my family, great opportunity to come here and serve this community.
As our new fire chief, what are your goals for the future of the department here in Rialto?
Well, my goals for the Rialto Fire Department are consistent with our strategic plan, and they're really about focusing on outcomes that's changing the lives of the community of Rialto. We have some very large overarching goals. The first one is survival from sudden cardiac arrest. Sudden cardiac arrest, leading cause of death for adults in the United States, and here in Rialto, survival from sudden cardiac arrest in 2012 was right around 25%, which is very good. That's 3 times the national average. But since then, we've taken great steps, initiatives to do things that are done here in Rialto that really aren't done anywhere else in the region, maybe not even anywhere else in the state or nation. And the men and women of the Rialto Fire Department have been able to put a program together that now our sudden cardiac arrest survival rates are 60%. That's somewhere between 5 and 7 times the national average, and we're very proud of that. But in Rialto, it's just part of the service level that we look at outcomes for the community. One of our other large overarching goals is to reduce fires or prevent them from ever happening, and both our fire prevention staff and our fire suppression staff are out there every day trying to prevent the preventable. There will always be fires, but there is no building preventing those ones that we can prevent. And then when they do happen, it's very important that we keep them small. For businesses that have fires, it's a little over 60% that have a significant fire will never return to operating here in the city of Rialto, and that's very important to avoid. So keeping them small allows us an opportunity to keep that business here and to keep them open, and the same for residential fires where we can reduce the size of the fire, the magnitude of the fire, that's just that much faster we can get them reoccupied back into their house, back into their life, their kids back into school and their normal routine. So it's been a very busy time in the fire department. May starts quite a bit of our wildland season. We've seen high fire activity. It's also the time when we're seeing all of the elementary schools for the Stewie the Duck program. This will be the 10th year of the Stewie the Duck program, a great partnership between the City of Rialto, the Rialto Fire Department, and the Rialto Unified School District. In those 10 years, we've trained over 10,000 elementary students in behaviors to avoid drowning, going from one of the highest rates of drowning incidents in the Inland Empire right here in the City of Rialto to the occurrence here today where in 2016 not a single child drowned here in Rialto. And of those 10,000 students trained, none of them have ever been involved in a submersion incident.
We have a new fire station 205 down near the new Walmart. How's that going to affect fire protection in the city?
So Fire Station 205 is currently in development. We have a location selected. It is basically in between the old Walmart and the new Walmart, but on the Willow Avenue side. That location is part of redevelopment agency owned land. The Willow side will be developed into a fire station, and the Riverside will be included into a commercial development to be determined in the future. The fire station is looking good. We're very excited about the opportunity to maybe get grading plans in front of council over the summer and move towards a temporary solution where we could put a fire engine and an ambulance at a temporary fire station in the location of the future permanent fire station by summer's end. That would be spectacular. Increases our level of service to the south end of town, which will ultimately increase our opportunity to save more lives through sudden cardiac arrest survival program and to confine fires, keep them small by properly positioning apparatus down on the south end there. As we move forward, we're excited about the opportunities that a permanent fire station and even a community center on the property will present for the City of Rialto.
Thank you, Chief Grayson, for joining us, and Rialto looks forward to your leadership.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Now, we've got some upcoming events to tell you about, but first, here is your Rialto Spotlight.
I run Mabel's Flowers by Eddie, and we provide flowers for all occasions, wedding planning. We also do catering. We do all kinds of rentals, you know, chairs, tables, jumpers. We also do deliveries. We take any type of deliveries from anywhere from a month ahead of time to, you know, the same day delivery, but we do deliver from Ontario to Redlands. We also accommodate people if it goes out of those delivery areas. Everybody's welcome to my shop. We're located at 134 South Willow Avenue in the city of Rialto, California. We're open from Monday through Saturday from 9 to 5 and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. When someone comes in and they don't know what they want, I have a catalog that they can go through, and it's different, you know, it's by section, so funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, weddings, and everyday bouquets, Mother's Day bouquets, and Valentine's Day bouquets. But of course, you know, if they always want something, I can make something. If they tell me, hey, this is what, you make me something special, it's what my mind wants to make for that customer at that point. But if they show me, of course, an item from the book, then I follow the book. But other than that, it's just my creativity. We use roses, lilies, hydrangeas, alstroemeria, you know, your most basic type, but if a bride or a customer wants a specific, like a peony or like a stargazer lily, we can find that. You know, I've been wanting a flower shop for as long as I could remember. Since I just started the business, it's just me right now, but I do have volunteers and ROP students that comes to help me. Mabel's Flowers has been here since 1960, and each owner has been here for about 10 years, you know, a person, and then they pass it on to someone new. My goal for the shop is to continue, you know, the traditions of Mabel's Flowers, and maybe even to expand and to grow around the, you know, the surrounding cities. Our social media, our Instagram is Mabel's Flowers by Eddie, as well as our Facebook, and our phone number is 909-875-2478. And everybody's welcome. If you have a dream, follow it.
Mabel's Flowers are located at 134 South Willow Avenue. Their doors are open to help you with any event or occasion. Now we got a special invitation for local musicians and bands out there. Rialto Network has a new show in the works. We want to highlight your music for free. We'll film you performing on a set and afterwards have a special sit-down interview and talk with you about your music. This is a great way to build your reel and get your name and original tunes known to our community. For more information, email rialtonetwork@rialtoca.gov. Now it's time to mark your calendars. The Rialto Rotary is putting on their 24th annual Run What You Brung Cruise and Car Show. This is a two-day show starting Friday, May 19th, with some night cruising on Route 66. Watch these classic beauties drive down Foothill Boulevard in Rialto from Sycamore to Riverside Avenue. Saturday, May the 20th, the cars will be stationed downtown for your viewing pleasure from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. You can spend a day with the family and see who places top car at the show. For more information, visit rialtorotary.org. City offices are going to be closed on Monday, May 29th in observance of Memorial Day. There'll be a Memorial Day tribute at the Rialto Park Cemetery. That's at 200 North Willow Avenue from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Come out to remember and honor the men and women who lost their lives serving our nation. Saturday, June 3rd, visit the Rialto Community Garden Open House behind Grace Lutheran Church. Between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m., there'll be a plant and vegetable sale, information booths, garden tours, and free crafts for kids. Bring your own bag and shovel to pick up free mulch, donated by Burtech Industries. There'll also be a guest speaker touching on topics of organic gardening from 11 till noon. For more information, contact 909-421-7221. The Rialto Police Department Benefit Association invites you to join them for a night of music, comedy, poetry, and singing at the Thin Blue Line Variety Show. That'll be on Saturday night, June 3rd at the Sandra R. Courtney Community Playhouse. Admission is $15 a ticket. Proceeds go towards funding the Rialto Police Officers Memorial. And it's time to walk like mad. Saturday, June 10th, get your heart pumping and sweat dripping at a fundraising event against drunk driving. Last year was the first ever Walk Like Mad event was held in San Bernardino, hosted by the City of Rialto. More than $20,000 were raised, and the hope is to continue that stride this year. You can register for the 5K at walklikemad.org. Search Rialto, California. Get ready for movies in the park every Saturday in June. Watch Steven Spielberg's Jurassic World Saturday, June 3rd at Andreessen Park, Moana at Rialto City Park on June 10th. On June 17th, the movie Sing at Ferguson Park, and finally on June 24th, see the Lego Batman movie at Frisbee Park. All showings are free. They start at 8 p.m. Come out with the family, and don't forget to bring your blankets and lawn chairs. Finally, if you want any more news or information regarding the City of Rialto, you can visit the city website at yourrialto.com or contact City Hall at 909-820-2525. We're always happy to help you. That does it for today's show. I hope you enjoyed it. Check back soon. We'll have some more of Your Rialto. Until next time, I remain your host, Joe Lyons.